Hi guys. Okay, I just thought I'd do a quickie vid for those who have never seen this before. This is the inner workings of an outboard gearbox, from propeller to the very last bearing, and the push. Oh, no, I was trying to do this one-handed. Oh. Anyway, I think personally this mechanism is genius, and I don't know who invented it, whether it's one person, a team of people, whether it was rudimentary then developed. But I just imagine somebody coming up to me, a company, saying design, and I'm a design engineer, so somebody's coming up and saying I want you to design a gearbox that's driven from a power head with high torque, high revs, and I want it to go clockwise and anti-clockwise. I want the propeller to go clockwise, anti-clockwise, with high torque and high revolutions, and to work smoothly. I mean, to see it in front of you when I explain quickly, it's obvious, but to actually from scratch, like all ideas, you know, we all hear people say, oh, I wish I'd have thought of that, it's so obvious. To actually just come up with that in your head, I think, whether it's a development or not, it's just genius. And one of the reasons it's just genius is because of the limited space. The space, it's tiny in there. It is, I can get some light, it is tiny in there. You know, that to me is a challenge, and it does work beautifully. I've never had any trouble from this gearbox, and I just wanted to rebuild it for prosperity and heritage sake, and because I love the outboard. The reason I'm doing this is because it's an oldie but a goodie. It's basically, they haven't changed the power head. They still use the same design of power head. They've just, the peripheries are slightly different, just look different, but they still do the same thing, and they're rock solid. They're basically a water-cooled motocross bike. That's basically what you've got on your boat, is a water-cooled motocross bike, and they do go. They rip. So yeah, this is gonna go in here, obviously, and I thought I'd just do a video just to show you. If anyone doesn't know, there's like a push a pin, okay, with a rounded end. There's a selector that's got steps on it, 1, 2, 3, and each step protrudes. So with each protrusion, it pushes the pin in, and this is called a dog clutch, and it sits on a spline continuously, and it's sprung. So this springs. It's difficult for me to do one-handed, and this is the forward gear, and it's in this is a taper bearing, and it sits engaged constantly, unless this is pushed into the mid position to push it to neutral, which is in between. And then reverse, obviously the pin is the stepped locator, I forgot what I called it now, but that stepped rod will push this dog clutch and engage this here, and then back into neutral in the middle, and then forward, back into dog clutch will engage inside here. I'll take one of these off, and it locates with here. Always put your outboard into gear quickly. Don't do it slowly, because it grinds the edges off here, and then you start to get trouble. You can sometimes file them, but anyway, yeah, just a little tip there. The exhaust and the water. So water goes up separately through these little ports here into the water pump. Water pump fires it up through the power head, back down through the exhaust, and the exhaust and the water come out here and through the openings here. So there you go. Running out of space in my memory card now. So yeah, love, squeeze you, hug you. Jesus loves you. Have a good one. See ya. Hope this is helpful to somebody.